Good morning, witches. We're going on a little adventure today. I found a large book podium on Facebook Marketplace, and we're taking a ride over to get it. Sort of day in the life of a witch and something that I'm up to. So I figured I would take y'all along and make a day out of it. We're going to get a book podium for book here. It's very large, and the one that I have, the top swivels on it, and it's a little dangerous, so it's not quite right for how heavy this book is. So we'll be on our way going. It's kind of a drive, but it was a good deal for this book podium. I love Facebook Marketplace. If you're not looking for witch supplies on Facebook Marketplace, what are you doing? Anyway, I'll show you when we get there and what we have loaded up and the whole system together when we get home. Have a good day. Okay, so we've made it home and we have the podium. It was an hour drive out there and an hour back. So, and then I had to stop at the grocery store, and we are home now. So we're gonna pull it out here and I will show you the goods. All right, there's the big book podium. I'm so excited for it. I'm gonna take it in, set it up, and I'll show you what that whole space looks like with the book on it and everything. Okay, so here it is, all in its glory. In the little corner, this is my little herb cabinet here. I'd show you the rest of the room, but it's a big mess right now. But yeah, this is so much sturdier than what I had before. And I'll show you, I do have to level it because I think my floor is crooked, but holds open. So that is what we did all morning. Go get this podium, and I'm very, very happy with it. So that's what we're doing. What else are we doing? We are working on wood burning the Sabbat wheel, some wooden Sabbat wheels, whatever. I'll show you while I'm working on it, but that's what I will be doing. Actually, I'm gonna go have lunch right now. Just made my kids lunch. And I'm gonna go have lunch, and then we'll get working on the rest of what we're doing today. I also, might as well say, I'm also working on a couple client spells that I will probably show you when I light those up, because I just got home so they weren't lit. So I'm gonna eat lunch, light those up, and then work on the Sabbat wheel. So, all right, we are at the altar, lighting up the ancestor altar real quick. I'll show you what I work with on my altar. So I have these wine bottles, right? Because you collect wine bottles like an alcoholic when you're giving wine to spirits all the time. I don't even drink. I don't even like wine. But I really like this bottle because it's spellbound, right? So I have them, and my husband drilled a hole in the glass. And then you get one of these key ring things. I have another one right here. And put your incense in there. And then you have an incense holder. It's nice because the shelf that I have, that I'll show you, is really small, so like ash gets everywhere if it's not contained somewhere. So that's why I use that wine bottle as my incense holder. But here is my ancestor altar. So I got this on Amazon. It's like a family tree, and I had filled it in. None of the relatives that are living are on it. That's why these ones are all blank. Only the ones that have passed that I know of through Amazon. to talk about, as I was leaving my house, I got out of my car to pick something up, and it felt like I got stung or something on my arm. This is like a witchcraft thing. You can see the little, this is just a red mark right now on my arm, but it felt like I got stung. This is kind of like witchcraft in motion, right? Like this just happened out of nowhere. When I got back in the car, it felt like I got stung. There was pain right there on that little red mark, right? So I'm sitting in my driveway anyways, in my car. So I hopped out. I didn't see a bug. I don't know what it was that did it. I didn't see a bug bite me. I didn't see anything. It just all of a sudden started hurting, and there was a little welt starting. Or whatever, like it was there. So I jumped out of my car real quick and I grabbed a couple leaves of plantain. These grow, you see how viney they are? These grow in everybody's yard. Most people know about plantain. And plantain is really good for skin type things. So I grabbed a couple leaves of them. Turns out I really only needed one. So this was the one that I used. See how I crushed it up like that? Crushed it up and bruised it so that the juice would start coming out, and then I stuck it right over the welt. Can't see it because I'm holding my phone. But I stuck it right over the welt, and then I called on the spirit of plantain and did drawing out spell work on it while I was driving. And the plantain was just on my arm. It stuck to my arm right over it. And I did it for about 10 minutes or so, 10 or 15 minutes, and then just let the plantain sit on my arm, and I drew the whatever it was out of my arm and into the leaf. That was the drawing work, because I'm pretty good at blood stopping and drawing out poisons, if it will, stuff like that. So I just wanted to show you that, or I should have videotaped it, but I didn't even think about it, but catch you up on that or whatever or something, because sometimes things happen right in the middle of the day or something. There's nothing, I didn't have anything with me or anything. I was just in the car. And but knowing the plants that grow in your yard that look like weeds, that look like anything else, knowing how to use them, how to work with their spirits, how to do things, you don't have to carry stuff around with you all the time if you know just a little bit of knowledge about that and use magic. Sometimes you just have to use it right on the go. So that welt, it was a welt, looked like a bite of some kind, right? And within the time frame that happened, it was very, very red. The whole area was red, and there was a welt. And now there's nothing but a slight little red mark, and that's just my skin. It's not a welt. So anyways, just to say that you don't, sometimes the simplest magic in the moment works the best. And a lot of times that's what ends up happening. And I have several plantain leaves that I pulled that I don't even need, but I didn't know how long it would take or what more I would need to do to pull that out. So I grabbed a couple of them, but one plantain leaf was plenty for that. Okay, so now we're here at Padre Pio, and I am going to take you kind of on a little tour. I'll show you the candle grotto and the shop that's here, which is where I'm picking up a couple of supplies. And yeah, we'll get out and walk around a little bit. Okay, so they're out of a couple of things that I was gonna pick up, but the important part is the candle for the grotto that you would have seen that I showed walking through there. So these are the candles that they use there, which is really neat because the candle themselves comes out. I don't know if I'll be able to show you. Here, like this. See? The candle itself comes out, so when I do work for people, I can carve on the candle, I can anoint the candle itself, load the candle, put the petition papers in, do all of that stuff with these ones. And then also if I needed to write, you know, on the plastic part of it, I could do that as well. So these candles, or this work that I do with Padre Pio and the shrine here, is I take the candles and I work the candle unlit for an entire moon cycle for 28 days through the full moon and new moon, however that works when you get it. And with St. Padre Pio, here I have it at home already, so I didn't buy any more, but there's holy oil, St. Padre Pio holy oil, and holy water that comes consecrated from this location, as well as the prayer cards, right? And I work with the prayer cards and the I'm trying to remember what else I have. It's the prayer cards and then like the chaplet and rosary and stuff like that I work the novena on that the whole time, and giving offerings to Padre Pio and things like that. Anyway, and so I work all of that, and then even though this candle isn't lit, when I'm doing the work on it for the entire month cycle, there are tea lights or other candles, depending on what healing work you need done, around this candle, charging it while it goes through that entire process. Then after that's over, I take the candle loaded and everything with all of, you know, the petition in it and all of the energy in it and everything like that, and I put it in the candle grotto over there, and then I light it, and then it burns continuously until it goes out. So that's the work with the candle grotto for the healing work that I do with Padre Pio. So I just picked up a candle right now, and we are headed home.